Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Tonight, we're looking at the newest movement in a case that has gripped East Tennessee for more than 4 years. Investigators with the TBI FBI have confirmed the follow up on a new lead in the disappearance of 5-year-old Summer Moon Utah Wells, a lead that has brought them miles away, just 9.5 miles away from the family's Ben Hill Road home into the border of Greene County. Agents were seen on Van Hill Road earlier this month after receiving what they described as an investigative tip worth pursuing. They haven't said who provided the tip, what they did search, or whether anything significant was found. But the location alone has raised new questions about the direction of the case. Tonight, we're going to be going back to the day Summer Wells vanished. And I'm also going to prove to you that Grandma, was never at the watering hole with Summer that day, and Candus, also Hunter. There is a lot to talk about tonight, so get ready and buckle up. Let's get started.
I've walked through storms in scars and grace, smile through pain with a painted face. They call me too loud, too much, too strong, but honey, that's the reason I belong. Every scar's a scripture, every tear's a hymn. I found my worth where the light grew dim. They tried to break me, but here's a twist. I turned my pain into a clenched fist. I'm an unbreakable woman, born of fire and pearl. I shine like grace in a reckless world. You can test my faith, you can shake my plan, but I'll rise again. Just watch me judged by the gloss, not the cause. But God don't build weak hearts from gold. He made me fierce and he made me bold. I bend, I pray, I roar, I rise with mascara, tears and battle cries. Don't need your crown, I forge my own. From ashes, honey, I build my throne. I'm an unbreakable soul, dressed in truth and pearls. The fire don't scare me, it lights my world. You can doubt my voice, but you'll hear my name. I'm holy and hood, and I'm done with shame. For everyone called too much, too loud, too real. You're not to anything. You're exactly what power looks like. I'm an unbreakable soul, through the fight and flame. My scars are stories, my strength, my faith. Faith in my heart, fire in my curls, forever divine. Clutch them pearls.
Well, hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is November 22nd, 2025. It is currently 5:41 p.m. on the East Coast. of the United States. Bonjour. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. Really do appreciate you. Tonight we're talking about Summer Moon Utah Wells, who is from Rogersville, Tennessee, in Hawkins County, Tennessee. And oops, what I do. There we go. And I want to tell you we're going to kind of be doing a deep dive today. I've been to Summers where she vanished from in Hawkins County more times than I can count. And I've been on this case since day one, literally day one. And it's been a journey. It really has been a journey. And then this tip came in last week. And let me tell you, it just, I pray that God is hearing our prayers. I really do. And that Summer is surely to get justice, hopefully very soon. But we're going to go back to the day Summer vanished and people's statements. I'm also going to show you that Candus did not go with Candus, Hunter, and Summer the day she vanished. And so it shows you that they were lying. Now, again, why would Candus lie about Candus not going to the watering hole? It was Candus, Summer, and Hunter. We're also going to talk about the vehicle Don says he took the day Summer vanished. And he said it was the red Subaru, the brand new Subaru, that he took all of his tools out of his truck and then put it in the brand new Subaru. But then 2 years ago, in an interview with Josh the Lab and Chris McDonough from the interview room, he says, I did not take the Subaru that day. What does that mean? I don't know. We're going to try to sort it out as best we can. A lot to talk about today. So buckle up, buttercups, and hit that thumbs up button. Get you a snack, your favorite beverages. We have drinks on the bar there. Help yourself. And let's get started, how we? Let's get it sorted. Thank you so much, Gigi. Really do appreciate you, man. Good to see you. Love you, Justin. Thank you. My 70th birthday was on the 10th, but I've been sick. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gigi. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gigi. And many, many more. Hopefully you are on the mend, my friend. Appreciate you very, very much, Miss Gigi. Good to see you. And there is my Joanne to the Jackson. How you doing, girl? How you doing, man? Thank you so much, Joanne. Love you lots, girl. Love you lots. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you, Lovey. Appreciate you. Very, very kind of you. Really do appreciate your support, Miss Beautiful Joanne. Good to see you, my love. And here's my angel, my darling angel. Never give up, never. Good evening, sweet Justin, sweet love, blessings, monkey prayer loves. Love you, darling angel. Appreciate you very, very much. Thank you so much for your support, my dear. Really, really do appreciate you, love. And Gigi is showing up for her 4-month badge. How are you doing, girl? Thank you so much, Gigi, for your continued support. Really, really do appreciate that, my dear. And we got Anastasia in Cleveland. How you doing, Anastasia? Thank you so much. I really needed that song today. Thank you, love my boy. It's amazing. Thank you so much, Anastasia. Listen, we all have been written off, underestimated at times, and judged for something that, you know, we probably have been, misjudged or misdirected about. Um, sometimes people look at me and they think, oh, he's might be a little fake or whatever. But we're not our looks or anything else. There's much more to us than some lip gloss or a little eyeliner, right? Thank you so much, Anastasia. I'm glad it blessed you, and thank you for blessing me. Appreciate you very much, my dear. Good to see you, love. And it will always get better. The clouds don't stay out forever. Oh, Miss Kelly, you are such a gem. Thank you so much, Miss Kelly. I love you to pieces. You are entirely sweet. Really do appreciate you. If you received one of those from our beautiful Miss Kelly, make sure you give her a tremendous thank you, because you're one of the pearls now. How you doing? Welcome. Really, really do appreciate you. And thank you so much, Miss Kelly. Good to see you. That's right. You look at a person's heart and their character. That's right. That's right. Okay. Let's get it started, y'all. It's probably going to be a long one, so buckle up. I want to talk about a couple things that over 2 years ago, April 19th, 2023, Josh from the lab did an interview with Don Wells, the father of Summer Moon Utah Wells. Now, this has been it's a great interview, and we're going to go over some parts of it. And that being said, I want you to hear what Don says about the car that day. And then we're going to go over something Jody Sue talks about. Now, I know people have feelings about Jody Sue, one way or the other, but I do believe in the earlier accounts of what she said. I think she has the most clarity in the day, the most detail in the day, and how Candus was going up and down the hill and all of that. And then we're going to get over to the talking about how Grandis was not there that day. Okay? So a lot to go over. A lot to go over. Is there anyone who doesn't know a lot about Summer Wells's case? Put a 1 in the chat. If you don't, no problem. Just let me know. And I'll kind of just quickly catch you up just a little bit. And we'll go over some stuff real quickly. Okay, so there's some of you. Okay, let me just go over this real quickly, okay? So this is Don and Candus Wells right here. And Don and Candus Wells, they live in Hawkins County, Tennessee, in the rural area of Rogersville, and outside of the city of Rogersville, obviously. They have 9 children combined. They have 9 children combined. Don, he has 2 children outside of Candus. Don Jr., who was 35 at the time of when I made this, and then Marjorie Wells, 32 at the time I made this. They're older now. Now, Candus and Don, they have 4 kids together. 4 kids, 3 boys and a girl. Candus also had a child in Arkansas that was removed at birth. Candus also has a boy from another relationship and a girl from another relationship. So Don and Candus share 4 children together. Candus has 3 other children from other relationships, and Don has 2 other children from other relationships. And they have not raised one of them, not one of them, fully. All have been removed from their care at some point, or vanished summer. So that just kind of lets you know, just a little bit about. Now they live in a very rural area called Beech Creek, and it's a beautiful area that they live in. And I'll show you right here. This is Beech Creek Road. This is Beech Creek Road. And this right down here is their property, part of their property. They have 11.5 acres. And down here is the building where Don would show up that day before going up to the house. As you go down this road, just a little bit past this building, there's a road where you can turn on, and that's called Ben Hill Road. And just a little ways on Ben Hill Road, that's where the long driveway to Don and Candus's house is. Right up here, like where we're looking from, this is on top of the mountain that they live on. This is kind of like their view on top of the mountain from their home. Okay. And this is kind of an aerial picture of their home. And it kind of goes down and then goes around and then goes way down a hill. You have to go down the mountain to get on the 1-lane road to Ben Hill. Now, this is where Grandma lived, in this little trailer camper. And this is where Don, Candus, the 3 boys, and Summer lived. The day that Summer went missing, after they had gotten home that day, they put away groceries, and Candus said that Grandis wanted to get some flowers planted in a pot. And Candus said Summer wanted to help, and they planted this and all that. And then after that, she washed her hands, got a peppermint from Grandma, and Candus walks her over to the house and says, boys, watch your sister. I need to go help grandma's knee brace. So Candus brings Summer over here, and Candus goes back here to the camper. Grandma's sitting in the doorway, and she's helping fix her knee brace. And Candus says that took 2 to 3 minutes. And Candus goes back and says, "Boys, where's your sister?" "Oh, Mom, she went downstairs to play with her toys." She yells downstairs and says, "Summer, where are you?" And there's no answer. And Candus says she goes down the stairs and she's, quote, "just gone," end quote. There's two doors to this home. One is right here where my little blue mouse is, and the other one is right here, which is to the basement, which is where they all slept, right here. And they say that someone came up on the mountain and abducted Summer in about the 2.5 minutes while Candus and her mom, Grandis, was fixing the knee brace in broad daylight. There was a bunch of dogs there, and then there was a dog with puppies right here underneath the house as well. Don said the dogs were on vacation that day, but they really weren't. Let's just be honest. And this is kind of this is the doorway that they say that someone came up here and abducted her in that 2 minutes, and nobody heard anything or saw anything. Again, 3 boys up in the living room, Candus and Grandis outside here fixing a knee brace when this happened, and someone just came up here, knew that Summer was in the basement by herself, and vanished, gone. Right? Some more aerial photos of just how it is, and it circles around, and you can go back down the hill. They have a beautiful piece of property, but they don't really take care of what they have. Again, I don't see Candus personally walking Summer over here like a helicopter mother when there was no need to walk her over here. She's 5 years old. She could walk herself over there. Right. And this is on top of their property. This is a picture from on top of their property. And this is their property as well. This is the main road to get out of the area. And then again, on down here, that's where you can turn on Ben Hill Road, which is a 1-lane road to get to their driveway. Big mountain that they live on, right? This building is theirs as well. That's one of the mattresses that I guess one of the kids had slept on. Okay. And then this is the bottom of the driveway. This is in fall, and you could never tell that there was a house up on that hill. You can't tell. This is from where we was just looking up on top of the hill where their house is up here. This is the bottom where that building was. And then this is the building that Don said he came to look for Summer before he had went up on top of the hill. Jody Sue was down there, and so were the boys. And Jody Sue is the neighbor. Here's inside the building where actually someone had lived once upon a time. There's a stove and all that. It's definitely had better days. Definitely had better days. I think some guy would stay there when he would, fight with his girlfriend, kind of thing, right? Okay, so that's kind of catches you up a little bit. All right, so I want to go to something now, Josh from the lab. Dawn came up about 2.5 years ago. I think it's the last interview that Dawn did with Chris and Josh. One of the last interviews he's did, period, that I'm aware of. Cream said the blood stains in the mattress look like a head. Yeah. And it's very possible. It's very possible.
There was. Is he in chat? I didn't even know.
Okay.
He's in chat.
All right. Let me get through this a little bit.
Hold on. I'll be right there. I'll be right there. Hold on a minute.
He's right here. You can tell him if you want.
I know he's right there. I should have never done anything with him.
What did he do? I wasn't.
Just give me 1 second because he's going to find it.
Reception.
People are going to stop him to talk to me.
Yeah.
Because I can't hear. No.
They kept calling Don because they didn't want him to talk to Chris. Imagine that.
Well, I mean,
and so, reasonable deduction. He's like, well, nothing could have happened. Nothing did happen. The only thing that could have happened is an abduction. I can't.
Yeah, well, and that you all were cleared of any suspicion. That was clear.
Bear with me 1 second, guys.
At first, I didn't get no sleep for 2 days. I couldn't sleep. I was, it was the worst misery and pain I've ever felt in my life. But I wasn't able to take a lie detector test. They made me wait a little bit, but when I did take it, I passed. They made Candus wait 5 days longer to take hers, because she just wasn't able to. She tried and she wasn't able to.
Okay, so hold on a second.
Well,
You there, Don?
Yeah, but they're gonna keep blowing up my phone. That cuts me off. I don't know if I can turn something off or they can't call. I don't know.
Do you have an output wife?
I mean, we want to find somewhere just as bad as anybody,
It's very interesting what he says.
And everybody acts like, we're I don't know. It's just heartbreaking.
No, I understand it, and it's. Go ahead.
We've been through pure hell, and nobody can be prepared for losing a child. I'm sorry, you will lose your damn mind. You don't know what to do. You don't know how to act. You don't know what to say. You are mentally numb. A piece of you is gone.
I mean, she was actually put in a pretty good light. I mean, very fair, balanced people, responded on that. And you got mad at me, remember, and called because you thought, because I said I thought you were in the shed, that your station. And when I say we, i.e., a lot of people, and I think even yourself.
Okay.
I really believe that, if you're not there, then Candus is. And I think that you are, maybe this was an accident, and there's a lot more to the story, but
the thing of it is, see, I live with Candus. I know Candus. I know her emotions. I know she's got a severe broken heart. You people don't see that side of her. You've seen a lot of negative things, and I apologize for that. Yeah, we turned to alcohol and everything else. We screwed up, but you guys haven't seen her broken heart like I have.
I mean, this is the thing, whether they know what happened to Summer or not, you're still gonna have a broken heart. He's Spirit Seeker, good to see you, baby. They're still gonna have a broken heart, they're still gonna be upset about it, whether they know what happened or
I've
not.
seen her mental
That
state. I
doesn't change
know
anything.
how badly she's hurting, and I know how much she loved her little girl. And I know even if there was a mistake, she knows better than to do something shady.
You
She
can't.
would call an ambulance. She would call law enforcement right away. She would never try to do something shady like that.
Well, I'm not saying it's shady, Don, and you're not saying, I hear where you're coming from, and I respect what you're saying, but you and I both know we've been around the block a couple of times. And and people get stuck. And when they get stuck, they panic. And that's not shady. That's just a panic.
Yeah,
And,
well,
go ahead, I'm listening.
It's nothing like that. I know in my heart, I can try to, convince you guys all day long, but I know in my heart somebody took our daughter. I know that.
Okay, how do you know that?
Allie said that Summer had gotten in rugs before. Or was it Allie or was it Allie's daughter? That Summer had gotten in rugs before and they freaked out and brought her over to Allie's.
Just by, like I said, by her emotions, everything we've been through, and not only that, you guys are leaving out a hell of a lot.
Like what? What are we leaving out? So let's not leave anything out.
Listen to this.
My boys were home. My boys were the very last ones to see my daughter. Okay. They were upstairs, remember, playing their games. I've talked to my boys, extensively before, during the police interviews and everything else. The police took my boys to specialists because they can't just outright question them because they're underage. And they talk to them, and I've talked to them, and they feel bad. They feel like it's their fault, even. But I try to assure them that.
Now,
why would they?
Allegedly, one of the kids was really upset after Summer had vanished and said, "I'm sorry, Daddy, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault."
I think it's their fault. Just because they were the last ones to see Summer.
They're going to keep blowing up my phone. I don't know why they do this.
That's all right.
Because like you say, they're more concerned about what they're doing. But
right.
why did they or why do they feel guilty?
Okay, well, let me explain because, Summer.
Okay, if you believe Dawn took the car to work initially that day, put a 1-1 in the chat. If you believe he did not take the car initially that day, put a 2-2 in the chat. Because he's going to say something up here that he has never said.
Her wanted asked them to please go downstairs, and then she wanted to go downstairs and play with toys, and they wanted to play their game.
Pretty split,
which I understand. They all had phones and games, and they wanted. Yeah. It was
now again. I don't believe Summer would have went down there by herself. It was literally a dungeon. It is truly the definition of a dungeon. A dark place in a cellar or basement that is dark and damp and all of that. I've showed the pictures.
Watching that building, I can't remember what it's called, where you build stuff on the TV. I don't know what it's called, but
Probably Minecraft.
Yes, Minecraft. That's it. Yes.
Minecraft is what we used to call it.
Right. Right.
But go ahead.
But yeah, so she went downstairs by herself, and next thing you know, Candus comes in
No way.
after helping her mother. That's her words. I wasn't there. I'm going by what she said.
Okay.
You
But
wasn't
also,
there.
I'm going by what my boys said.
You were there,
And,
Don.
Did she fall down the stairs, Don?
no.
Okay. Could she have?
Even if she did, I had some side barriers and stuff, you know, and
And I'm not saying she did. I said even if, like you just said, even if she did, you had side barriers. But could she? Even if
she did, I mean, she's a tough girl. I mean, kids are pretty tough, you know, when they're young.
Okay.
Had she ever fallen down those stairs before?
Let me show you this, guys. For those of you that's never seen it, this is the steps. And the steps is under like a bar, like this makeshift bar. And underneath of it, you have to duck down. It looks taller here than it actually is. And you go down there into the dungeon. And this is with light in the dungeon. But if you look at Chris McDonough from the Interview Room's video, you will see the darkness. They've got foil up all over the windows and all of that. And this was Summer's room and her brother's room right after she had vanished. This is their bedroom. 2 futon mattresses on a makeshift bed. I don't see a 5-year-old girl wanting to go down here and play with these toys. I just don't. This was the living room upstairs where the boys were sitting or supposedly watching the television. Right? This is when they were cleaning the bedroom out because Dr. Phil would not even show that on his television. He wouldn't show it on his television. By the way, this is whenever Candus said she was pregnant. And she wasn't at the time. And Candus says, it happens, meaning when she's pregnant, it happens. And she says, shit happens, too much fun, when she says that she's pregnant. And yeah, it happens. She lied. Wasn't pregnant at the time. It happens. Shit happens, too much fun. And someone says, yeah, you just had, meaning a baby, not even a year ago. This was after summer. Shit happens, you know. Why not have an 8th child, Candus? Okay. We're going to get to where there is.
No, man, she could get her.
He's talking about the day all of this happened, but what I want you guys to hear is when he talks about what he drove that day. Alabama fan, thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate your support very much. Good to see you. Thank you so much.
Around good. She's very smart and very agile. No.
So she wants to go downstairs to play with stuff, then what?
Stuff. Right.
Well, as far as we know, I mean, mom come in looking for her. They couldn't find her nowhere. They looked for a while and couldn't find her. And she called me, and I says, hang up for me, call 911 right away, just in case, you can't find her right away or whatever, just to make sure, call 911. And when I got off the phone with her, as soon as she hung up, I called 911 from where I was at, and they had to switch me over from the 911 operator to the 911 operator in Hawkins County.
Mm-hmm.
And I flew home as fast as I could.
Right.
And then when I got there, I drove straight to the bottom property, just because I know I have a good view of the hill, and I seen my neighbor to the left of me. I seen all three of my boys to the right of me together.
I need to back up right there one second.
She hung up. I called 911.
Okay. Candus says when she talked to Dawn, he told her to call 911. She says she puts her phone down and throws it on the tailgate, and then goes and gets Grandis's phone and calls 911. Then she says, or then Dawn says, after he hangs up with Candus and tells her to call 911, he calls 911. Why? Why would you both be calling 911? Why would you both be calling 911? You'll notice in a lot of these suspicious cases, there's always something to do with 911. This happened in Sebastian Rogers' case as well. The stepfather, who says he was 3.5 hours away, called 911 on a three-way. Actually, he called the non-911 number. They told him, hang up and call 911. And he didn't. He actually called the non-emergency number.
From where I was at, and they had to switch me over from the 911 operator to the 911 operator in Hawkins County.
Mm-hmm.
And I flew home as fast as.
This is people saying, I want you to know where I am at this point.
I could.
Right.
And then when I got there, I drove straight to the bottom property, just because I know I have a good view of the hill, and I seen my neighbor to the left of me.
Listen.
I seen all three of my boys to the right of me together, like I told them, always.
Okay, so where I showed you that building down at the bottom of the hill, that's where Don originally stopped. He didn't go up to the house first. You would think he would want to go right there to get the information. Is cops there, all of that. But he goes down to the bottom of his property where the building is. And the three boys, Summers' brothers, is down there, and Jody Sue, who is their closest neighbor, she is down there. We're going to get to all of that in a little bit.
Be together. If you're going to be out off the hill anyway. And when I seen that they were down on the bottom property, basically looking around, and she wasn't on top of the hill, I figured she wasn't there. And then that's when it got real crazy. I drove up to the top of the hill, and there was like 1 or 2 police cars there at that time. And of course, they're questioning us. They're doubting. I felt in my heart right then that she was taken.
What were they doubting?
Yes.
Well,
yes. Did you hear that?
And of course, they're questioning us. They're doubting. I felt.
So, as soon as Don gets up on the hill, there's already police there, even though originally he said there wasn't. Chris actually busted him on that because Chris knew that there was police already there. But he says they separate us and they are doubting us. because if you've ever been to this property, it's just not feasible. It's not efficient enough for someone to kidnap a child. It's just not. Someone who kidnaps a child, they want to do it quickly. It's a crime of opportunity. It's a crime of opportunity. You don't run, half of a mile up a mountain and know that that child is down there alone by herself. 2 adults are outside, 20 dogs are around you, 3 children are up in the living room, and that's a very high risk on a one-way road, and run back down quickly over a mountain. The dogs are going to follow you. They're going to bark, all of that. You would be very far away from your vehicle. People who generally kidnap a child, a stranger abduction, they are very close to their car. In all cases, they're very, very close to their car. That's just the way it is. So he's saying right here that the police are doubting them immediately. And of course, hell yeah, they're doubting them, because it just did not happen. It didn't happen. And they immediately, not, oh, she walked off or whatever it is, someone came up here and abducted her.
In my heart right then that she was taken.
What were they doubting?
Well, I was trying to tell them that I don't think she's here. I think she's been taken, because if she wouldn't leave the top of the hill, she wouldn't leave from around the house.
Mm-hmm.
I had her pretty well. I mean, I showed all my kids videos on YouTube of because we got grizzly bears, we got wild dogs and other things. And so I was worried that so I showed them things to try to put a scare into them, not to wander off. And Summer would not wander off by herself. No way.
Now, actually, Jose said the complete opposite. He said Summer had went to the neighbors or something at different times, and they were looking for her. But these kids, they're country kids, and they run barefooted all summer long. They're not sheltered in any way, shape, or form at all. Don would say, well, there's bears, there's coyotes. Candus would say the same thing. Bear attacks are extremely rare. They're very rare, number one. Number two, they're very messy. When an animal attacks you, it is very, very messy. And they leave a lot of evidence. They're not trying to clean up evidence, bears and coyotes and all this. You're going to find pieces of clothes, hair, even pieces of skin, all of that. And there was nothing. And let me tell you something. This was a huge search. I think it was bigger than Sebastian Rogers' search, or it was, if not, it was pretty damn close. I think it would seem bigger to me.
No way.
So when Candus went down the first time, it sounds like she went looking for Summer.
She got in her mother's truck.
Did she go into? Did she go into the basement?
Well, yeah, she looked all over at first, of course.
And that's when she called you.
Yeah, when she couldn't find her right away, she called me.
Okay, was the door open or closed? If you remember, was it locked?
Well, I wasn't there, and we try to keep that basement door locked.
Okay, because people have said
I've
that
told the boys to
you're
keep
the
it
only
locked,
one with
just
the
leave it
key.
wide open all the time.
Right, but people have said you're the one.
No,
Go ahead.
there is no key to the basement door. I think we lost that.
Okay, what
Or we
about
just
the
locked
dead? What about
The card team, the FBI card team, was sent out. And let me just show you, for those of you that don't know what this is. The card team is the Child Abduction Rapid Deployment Team. And it is a specialized group of FBI that only deals in child abduction. There is maybe 50 in the whole United States, maybe a little bit more or less. But there are, like, there'll be 2 agents for, like, Tennessee and a couple states around them because they want to get there fast. It's, when the child is abducted, every single second counts. So within the first few hours after a child is abducted are critical. That's why we established the card team in October of 2005. The card team are composed of experienced personnel with a proven track records in crimes against children's investigations, especially cases where a child has been abducted by someone other than a family member. We're talking about non-familiar, no, like Monkey Vaughn case. Team members provided on-the-ground investigative, technical, and resources assistance to state and local law enforcement. The team works closely with the FBI Behavioral Analysis Unit's representative and the National Center of the Analysis of Violent Crimes Coordinator and Child Exploitation Task Force members. CARD teams are quickly capable of establishing an on-site command post to centralize investigative efforts and operations. Other assets they bring to the table include a mapping tool to identify and locate RSOs in the area, national and international lead coverage, and the Child Abduction Rapid Response Plan to guide investigative efforts. They came there and they said there is nothing, zero, zilch, nada, that someone came and took Summer that was non-familiar. They solve 98% of the time. 98% of the time. Summer's case is in that 2%. Summer is the 2%.
the deadbolt, brother?
Well, we just lock the regular lock. We don't lock. Well, we'll lock the deadbolt if we're in the house. We can lock the deadbolt from the inside on the basement. We can use the upstairs door if we're going somewhere or whatever and lock that one.
Okay, that morning when you woke up to go to work,
Listen to this.
Right?
was that door opened or closed, or locked or open?
I assume it was locked because we lock the doors at night.
Okay, sure.
Now he's talking about the bottom door that I just showed you guys at the property. He's talking about the bottom door. And that bottom door, there's only 2 entrances and exits to the home. And Don says they always go out the front door. There was a 2-way mirror tint on that door. You couldn't see in to see if there was a child in there, number 1. And number 2, there was a couch, according to multiple people, that was in front of that door.
So at some point then, if you're assuming it was locked that morning, Which way? Did you go out that door or did you go back out through the kitchen to go to work?
I go upstairs, and go to the kitchen to get in my truck and head to
Now
work.
listen what time he
Okay,
says he
so
goes.
you go to work, but that day you didn't take your truck, right?
Yeah, I've used the Subaru the day before.
Listen,
Mhm.
listen very carefully here. I'm going to back it up.
You go to work, but that day you didn't take your truck, right?
Yeah, I've used the Subaru the day before.
Mhm.
I had fired.
He used the Subaru the day before. He used the Subaru the day before. Now, that is what Dudley said and other people said he took the Subaru the day before Summer went missing. And this is not just a one-off question. He's going to say this multiple times. Listen.
Dudley because I was sure he was on meth and acting all crazy and stuff. I mean, just out of his mind. And I even looked on YouTube as to how people act when they're on meth, and he fit every single one of them.
Well done, dude.
Well,
come on, man. You've seen 1,000 people on meth, bro. You don't have to look on YouTube.
Yeah.
Don is very sensitive about the math. And let me tell you something. Don loves the math, and he loves the Coca-Cola. Loves it. He loves, there's a few things that Don loves in his starter package. One is math, one is Coca-Cola, and the other one is red panties. Those are the three things that is in Don's starter package. Okay. And the whole red panties things is if you know, you know. I'm not going to get into that part right now, but that's the three things he loves. But he is very sensitive about he's always putting math heads down, right? And he was constantly talking about Fred. He wouldn't use his name, but we know who he was talking about. Fred dealing the math at the end of the road. Remember, Chris? He would not let you check. Yep. He wouldn't let Chris check the shed. Yep. And he gets a little sensitive here with Chris, and Chris is like, "Come on, Don. Everybody knows what a math head, kind of looks like, or the way they behave, at least. Even if you're not one, you kind of know." And he's kind of he's really sensitive to it. But Don likes the math, the coke, the red panties, and the strippers, the prostitutes. Loves those. Every couple weeks he would get paid and on Friday, and he would go blow his entire check on rugs and women. It is the math. It's just one that a lot of bad things happen.
That one, buddy. Come on. That's like a cop looking around for donuts in a donut shop and not knowing what they look like.
Chris.
Come on.
You hear me? Hey.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. What are we laughing about? Hey, I don't deal with meth.
No. I didn't say you. I said
you've seen meth. You've seen people on meth before.
People on meth. I mean, it's kind of crazy to look on YouTube. So that, and what I said. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, you tend to forget after a while, unless something you're dealing with all the time.
You tend to forget of what a math head looks like, he says, or how they act. He said, I even looked it up on YouTube. Dude, like everyone knows, Don has been in and out of prison his entire life. Since 17 years old, he's been in and out of, he said he was raised in the system. I mean, to me, I have secondhand embarrassment for him. Like, when someone says something the opposite, when it's painfully obvious what's up.
You forget little things like that. But I knew he was out of his damn mind and saying all kinds of crazy stuff, and he couldn't do his job. And anyway, I don't want to talk about that dude. Anyway,
okay. And he's not wrong. Don's not wrong. Dudley was on the math. Justin, I love how you described the starter package. Too funny. Dudley was on the math. And the problem is, you can't have two math heads working together. And two arrogant ones at that. And they were pretty much just alike.
All right, that's fine.
It's been proven that he just got busted, for all the charges he's got. That's
Right.
all the
all drugs, no problem. So let's get back to you decide to take the car that day.
I took it the day before, I think, because I've been driving my truck for a long time. We went through.
There we go. There we go again. You see? Chris, ask again.
Just got busted, for all the charges he's got. That's all the
all drugs, no problem. So let's get back to
listen.
You decide to take the car that day.
I took it the day before, I think, because
So you took the car that day. I took it the day before. That is not what Don said for years. He says he took the Subaru. It was just sitting around and nobody was putting any miles on it. Come on, guys, please hit that thumbs up. Please, please, please. If we get to 1,000, we have a chicken party. You don't want to miss the chicken party. I'm just saying. It's epic. It's great. So why is he saying this? He's making it very clear that he did not take the Subaru that day. And Dudley and his boss said he brought the Subaru the day before.
I've been driving my truck for a long time. We went through this already. I just wanted to put some miles on the Subaru. So.
Oh, okay. So you wanted to drive the Subaru and you loaded it up with all your stuff.
The day before. And the day before.
There we go again. The day before I loaded it up.
You wanted to drive the Subaru and you loaded it up with all your stuff.
The day before. And the day before, we had actually had a welfare case where some.
Now, June 14th, 2021, Don says CPS was at their house the day before Summer vanishes. And then, less than 24 hours later, Summer has been missing 4.5 years. Now, less than 24 hours after CPS is there, Summer goes missing. The only girl in the family other than Candus. Yeah. We forget a lot, Lovely. We do, because it's been so much to this case. That's why we got to go back, because we all forget. When asked about Thursday, Daniel goes to Wednesday and Janie goes to Friday. Similar. Yeah, exactly. Well, because they don't want to talk about it.
But he called and said I was letting the kids run around.
Your
Yeah,
stuff.
the day before, and
Your-
the day before, we had actually had a welfare case where somebody called and said I was letting the kids run around with loaded guns, which was totally idiotic and stupid. So they closed that case the day before. That night, about 7 p.m., they was out there and closed the case. And
Now, Don says CPS was out there at 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening closing the case. Now, I don't believe, in my opinion, they were closing the case. That's not how they close cases. They don't close the case and come there. They send you a letter. Just an FYI. I mean, maybe some people believes him, but you guys know my BFF in real life. She works for CPS and has for 20-some years. They send you a letter. Period. They don't come there and just say, hi, shake your hand. We're done. Thank you. That's just wasted resources. So what happened the day before? What happened? Did CPS say, for instance, again, speculating here, we need to do a doctor's visit? Or you need to do this or we're going to take the kids away? Oh, thank you, Jennifer. What a compliment. Hey, everyone, love this channel. Thank God I found this channel. That's so sweet. Thank you, my dear. CPS told him to get Summer checked out. Summer looked sick in a lot of her last photos. In some of her photos, she looked really, really bad. Really, really bad. Now, Summer was due to start kindergarten after the summer, when fall, when school starts at the end of summer. What happened? They certainly didn't come out there to say, hey, this is done. This is done. Mm-mm.
very next day, Summer come on missing. But anyway, back to what you're saying.
No, that's fine. So somebody had snitched you off that there was a CPS problem of some sort?
Thank you, Broken. Thank you.
No, they said we was letting the kids run around with loaded guns.
Okay. Well, and CPS worked through that. We don't need to talk about that stuff.
Yeah, they closed that case the day before.
Okay, that's cool. So let's go back to that morning. What time do you wake up?
As soon as the sun hits me, I don't set an alarm because I usually work late. So as soon as the sun hits me and it's morning time, I just get up and go and work as late as I can.
Listen to this.
And are you working 7 to 3 or what's your typical hours?
I usually get up and when I go, I work until I just can't stand, hardly walk no more or whatever. I work as late as I can, try to, make good money.
What's the earliest you wake up?
Well, maybe 6 or 7. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Summertime, June, probably about 7.
Okay, so about 7 o'clock in the morning, you get up, you go out. Where was Summer that morning?
She was right next to me.
Okay.
Correct. If anybody actually thinks that, let me see if I got it pulled up here. I don't know if I got it pulled up. Let me see. Maybe. Damn. If anybody actually thinks that they were going to close out a case and that bedroom, which I just showed you, which is dangerously filthy. CPS doesn't care about junk everywhere. They care if it's safe. That's what they care about. They're not interested in aesthetics or anything like that. But if you think CPS is going to close a case with a bedroom like this, you got another thing coming. Marlena, thank you so much, my love. Appreciate you. Very kind. Love you, Justin. Please pray for these missing babies. Pray they get home one way or another. Pray for the loved ones missing their babies. Amen. Amen. Thank you so much, Marlena. Good to see you, my love. And it feels really good that 4.5 years later, the FBI was out there. And when the FBI is out there, my ears perk up. It's okay, Laura. If you think that is a hazard to the health, there has been water you can see in this room. CPS had been out there multiple times. In fact, that's the reason Don took him and his son and went to Utah. They were running from CPS.
Tell me about that.
Well, like what? I mean,
Well, you tell me those memories.
well, she usually plays all day, and then she would always ask me, say, Dad, will you take me to bed? Because I'm tired, and so I'd always take her downstairs and put her in bed and cover her real good, make sure the doors are locked and everything like that, and get her to sleep. And then, I might stay up for a little while longer or whatever. But she would always.
This is Don saying that he put Summer to bed, that she would want to go to bed early. And I just get a creepy feeling. I can't help it. I got to be real with y'all. I just get a creepy feeling with him.
We just want to go to bed a little bit early, more early than us.
And what time?
Oh, and also they didn't have walls in their bathroom either. There was no walls in the bathroom. It was essentially a part of the living room. There was a toilet and a shower, and they put up like a couple laundry baskets or something. So when they were on the toilet, that's not going to work for CPS. It's just not going to work with CPS. Carry her down those steps. Mm-hmm. Don's tall, by the way. Don's over 6 foot tall. He's like 6'1". Don's not a small guy. Oh, thank you so much, Shannon. Appreciate your support, my dear. Thank you, my love. Very kind to me, Shannon. Thank you. Really, really do appreciate your love. Love you to pieces. So, again, CPS only cares about one thing. Well, two things, really. Safety is number one. Is it safe for the child? Not how does it look? Is it safe and healthy for the child? And number two, if it's functioning, does this whatever in the house function correctly? You can have hordes of stuff up to the walls and they're not going to do anything about it as long as it's not unhealthy. There's not mold around it, that kind of thing. And obviously, the bathroom was not functioning with 3 boys and a girl in the house. Wiring exposed and plumbing. And this is the thing. Don, say what you want to say about Don. Don is a hard worker. I will always give him. And he is great at his craft. He's great at his craft. But Don was just interested in working if it made him money. No bathroom. Honey, there wasn't even bathroom walls. You essentially was just sitting in the living room taking a dump because there was no bathroom. I mean, seriously. No walls, let alone a door. I mean, you know, Don is used to jail, so I guess he's used to, using the bathroom without privacy. I don't know. My God, that would be so. I don't like public restrooms, let alone being at home or somewhere with no walls, right? But Don could have done it. Made his house a lot better, but Don didn't get paid, so he didn't give a shit about making his family's life better.
Did she go to bed the night before?
Probably about 8:30, maybe 9, something like that.
So he says Summer went to bed 8:30, 9 o'clock the night before on the 14th. Jail is an open shower.
Okay, and what time did you go to bed?
Not probably shortly after.
So when you got down there, was she already in bed?
Yeah, she was asleep.
In your bed, i.e.
Yep.
your Candus. What is that, a king or a queen down there? I can't remember.
It's a king.
Okay. So she's sound asleep.
Yeah, Green Eyes. And this is another thing. For those of you that don't know about this case. Don took a shower with 5-year-old Summer and the boys all the time. He took a shower with a 5-year-old, his daughter, a man. I get heart palpitations saying that. I literally get heart palpitations saying that. Very weird. It's bad. Someone just emailed me because Green Eyes, who has been on this case a long time, I know Green Eyes, said Don told me on the phone in tears that he took showers with Summer every day. And Jose, who was there staying, he got really upset when he saw Don doing that and got Summer out of there.
Or is she awake?
Sound asleep.
Okay. And you get in, and then what do you recall about?
I'll be right there. I'll make it short. Just give me a minute. Give me a few minutes.
Okay.
Maybe. Okay.
Exactly, Sonia.
You okay?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm okay. Hold on. Okay, I'm fine.
That's fine.
Everybody's giving me hell because I'm trying to talk to y'all. I mean, you know how it is.
Yeah, I'm a lightning rod. It's all good though, because they don't trust what what maybe you may be saying is maybe heard in different ways,
Well,
right?
everything that's happened, I mean, it's been bad.
So you get in the car, you go to work. What time do you get to work around?
Listen,
I'm not sure. It takes me an hour to drive out there, so 45 minutes or so.
he's not sure what time he got to work that day. Don, come on.
Okay, so you're probably there by 8.
Probably.
And when you got up, where was Candus at 7 a.m.?
She was still asleep next to someone.
What time, if you recall, did she come to bed that evening?
About the same time I did, I'd say.
So around 9 o'clock the night before?
9 or 10, something like that.
Now, in the past, you told me she used to hit, around 5 o'clock every night. And then
I don't believe Candus went to bed early that night. I mean, she might have been in bed, but I don't think she was asleep. In my opinion, she was talking to Hunter that night.
she'd kind of zone out. Is that still in play here, or is that
5 o'clock every night?
Huh?
5 o'clock every night. I don't understand.
Well, no, that she would, take the load off of the day by, maybe having a drink or something, maybe hitting a bowl or something to that effect, back in the day during that time. I mean,
Well, we used to drink a little, but we never had any problem with we keep it pretty much at a minimum. We never had like real alcohol problems until all this happened, and then it got pretty bad.
okay.
But,
So you recall maybe around 9 o'clock, give or take, right?
yeah,
That
but
she.
we're gonna have to speed this up. I mean, we need to get something. I mean, we've already been through all this.
Honestly, Don, this is for you, not necessarily us. Like we're just,
yeah, I don't care. I care about Summer.
I mean, that's what I said. There's a lot of missing kids.
Well, yeah, there are, and I've been.
Bristol, he actually got a DUI. His last DUI he got on Van Hill Road, which is where they were looking at the tip for Summer. Thank you, Linda.
Part of it for 40 years.
Yeah, you're
preaching to the choir, and that's why I'm trying to help you.
Okay, well, I mean, here's the thing. A lot of people on your chat said they want me to tell the truth. Okay, well, we've always told the truth, but nothing has wavered in our story.
Right. The story is consistent with a couple of. I mean, you know, and I know. I mean, even. And everybody knows. I mean, they've heard it. Unfortunately, sometimes people make mistakes making statements. I mean, that's not an uncommon situation.
Well, I mean, I'm telling you the best that I can from my memory.
Not only Don talks about a lot of missing kids, he said that he has been in California at motels rather, where bad things have been happening to children. Now, I can pretty much confidently say that most of us here in chat that's watching me right now have never, ever been in a motel where bad things happen to children, or even how one would meet those people, right? Like, Don, what kind of circumstances are you getting yourself into where bad thing is happening to children? The time we all thought Candus was dying, she was.
Way it all happened. I wasn't there when Summer was missing, but I can tell you what I know from my heart and Candus's heart and what she's been through. And I've never seen anybody.
Do you guys remember me talking, some of you might remember this. Do you guys remember me talking about how Candus said she threw some phones in a pond at a farm? Does anyone remember that? I've actually have her recorded on that, and she said, "Don't go try to look or anything like that." You remember that? Hey, Deception Detective, good to see you, my friend. Now I'm wondering, the place that they just searched has ponds on it, and it's a farm. Is this the place where she threw those phones in the pond? I've been digging and digging and digging. Makes me wonder. On Van Hill. Now, she said, I can't remember what she said. I need to dig that out. But she said it was on a farm, I want to say toward Knoxville. She said, I did it on a friend's farm on their pond at Knoxville. So it makes me wonder, really makes me wonder now. I'm like, she supposedly threw, I can't remember if it was 1 or 2 phones. Mhm.
So tore up in my life, and I feel
Okay, so,
very, very sorry for her.
so
And
let's
then
clear.
Tommy,
Let's
By the way, for those of you that followed me on Renesmee Utzi's case, they are seeking the death penalty on the 2 mothers in Pennsylvania. They're seeking the death penalty, and I am so glad. Yeah, Deception Detective, isn't that interesting? Don said that this, TBI and FBI search was, as of now, just drama. That's something.
all off,
can
all
we
the YouTube drama. Yes.
can we clear up the 911 rumors
Listen to this right here.
Okay.
where the call to 911, and then you hear the dispatcher say that mom went on a walk. What did Candus tell you she
Yeah.
said?
Yeah, I don't know why
Yep.
how that got confused like that, because Candace,
Pain, yeah.
I mean, she's got 4 kids there. I mean, I don't know how that got misconstrued or whatever, like it did, but it was miscommunication somehow. I don't know how that happened exactly. I'd
Yes.
have to
Yes.
ask Candace, but it was just a miscommunication because she never went on a walk. What she said was,
Okay, I was thinking about this part too. Not that I think Candace went on a walk that day, but I do find something interesting that I think we should look a little bit further in if we can. Yes, Linda, I do. You remember how the dispatch says mom had went for a walk. In Summerwell's case, mom had went for a walk. Fred Hill said something very interesting. He says he wasn't there when this happened, that Cotton was there, but he said Candace was walking down the road. Not that she drove down the road, that she was walking. And that kind of makes me put 2 and 2 together, and I'm thinking, that's interesting. Mother went for a walk. Now, I'm not saying I think Candus walked, but I do think it's interesting how Fred Hill said, Cotton said she was down there and she was walking. Walk to Fred's. Yes, Green Eyes. Yes. You get what I'm saying? Correct. I meant Chad. Sorry, I said Cotton. I meant Chad Arnold. Sorry. Pardon me. Thank you for correcting me. Or get a bag of math. Now, I don't know why she would be walking. If someone has that dispatch call and can send it to me, email it to me, or text it to me, I would appreciate it. I'll play it. I don't know, but we're getting ready to listen to Jody Sue on something in just a minute.
She said she helped mom with her knee brace, and she was always helping her mother with all kinds of things. She's getting older, and I'm sure she was telling the exact truth.
When in some of the rough interviews that you've been with, because you were interviewed, I'm sure, by the card team, by the FBI and Hawkins, TBI, everybody, right?
That's right.
What's up, y'all?
Okay. And they wanted you to do a
1,000 likes.
poly.
Yeah, we all three done polygraphs, and me and Candus passed our polygraph.
Right, but not the first one. I mean,
well, the reason that we couldn't do nothing with the first one, okay, we could not sleep. We didn't get no sleep at all for 3 days straight. We was a nervous wreck. We didn't know what to do. I wanted to go out and search. I even asked the police. The first day, I was like, I'm going to go search. I'm going to go hit up some of these people in this area. And they, of course, said, fine. And we got jammed up right there on the road. It was blocked by search team.
I do not believe either one of them passed. They certainly didn't pass the first one. They certainly didn't pass the first one, but I do not believe for a second that any of them passed. Not a chance.
And police and everything. I mean, Beech Creek and Ben Hill Road was completely
caged on the inside. Welcome, my friend. Appreciate you. Welcome to the Pearl family. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Thank you so much for joining, my dear. Really do appreciate you. Yeah, welcome, Caged on the Inside. I live here and followed this case from day one. Tracy, who are you talking about? I hope you're not talking to me or anyone in the chat.
Blocked.
Right.
It was crazy.
Okay.
Hey, Cecilia.
So anyway, you eventually get a polygraph.
You must be a Don and Wells stroker. Huh.
And it was kind of inconclusive, wasn't it?
No, sir.
Okay.
No. Okay, like I said, we haven't slept for 3 days. Well, if you should know.
Yeah.
When you take a polygraph, they want you to be real calm. They put all them devices on you and everything. They want your heart rate to come down to nothing. So you sit in a chair for 10, 15 minutes before they even ask you your first question. Well, since we haven't had no sleep, we don't even make it through. Neither one of us make it through, the first 2 questions, and we're falling asleep, and that won't work. They can't do that. So they said, go home and do your best to relax and get sleep, because we need you to be alert for this test. And that makes sense,
Yeah, that does make sense.
Right. They couldn't even do the test because we had, but when we were able to do the test with our nerve shot and everything else, we both passed. Yes.
When Candus, when you first heard the story from Candus, I mean, I want to take you not from the 911 call, but I want to take you back to help me understand and help us all understand this. You guys when you get there, now you're not on a cell phone. What's the first thing you guys talk about?
Well, the police were there,
No, don't block Tracy. I want to hear Tracy. I want to hear her.
and they're wanting to ask questions.
Right.
Me and her are looking at each other frantically, and we're just lost. We don't know where she's at. We're trying to figure out why the police ain't going to. I'm trying to say, look, she's not here. Well, I know she's not here. You need to block off the end of Beech Creek and go over the mountain and block that. I'm thinking in my head and trying to tell them she's not here. And it's like they couldn't hear me. You
Right.
know,
Okay, but that's you. What were you and Candus talking about?
Oh, 1,000%.
I really can't remember. We were just mostly miserable and feeling a lot of pain, knowing our baby's gone, and just hoping that something happens and hoping these police can find her quickly. But they're wanting to question us, to maybe even keeping us separate, maybe. Kind of.
Okay.
Looking through our house, and then the what you call it, team forensics team shows up, and
Okay.
they're asking hard questions. They're wanting
What kind of questions were they asking you, Don? Help me understand that so I know what frame of mind they were in.
Well, at one point they told Candus, and I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to. And they kind of, the TBI, says, we want to know what you did with your daughter or something like that. And
They
Candus
do.
went off
I
and
sent it
told
in to
them,
him.
F you. She had tears in her eyes.
Yeah, I sent it in to the TBI and FBI and local law enforcement. The conversation about her talking about dumping the phones.
She just pretty much, go to hell, F off. I mean, and they just like shook their head like, that's the kind of the response we was looking for, kind of thing like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
How did you respond? Did you hear that question?
No, they had me somewhere else. That question, like I said, I think it's kind of keeping us apart.
So did she share that information with you then?
Yes.
Okay. And how about you when you finally had a chance, brother, to talk to her one-on-one? What were you asking her, if you remember?
I don't really remember. We're just both in shock. I mean,
Okay.
that's our baby. And we love our kids, man. We love them all very much. In summer, she was just so brilliant and smart, and we just can't hardly believe that she's just gone.
You loved them, but you didn't love them enough to take care of them. Do I think they love their kids? Yeah, I do. But I don't think they know how to show love, or anything like that. It's very Don talks about just the most vile things about what he thinks happened to Summer. He likes to talk about hammers a lot. A whole lot.
I mean, we're both in shock.
Yeah, when
I mean,
well, and then how about the boys? How were you able to keep them so that they're not freaking out either? Tell me about how you interacted with the boys that night.
I just tried to comfort them the best I can, but the younger ones, that didn't seem to bother so much at first. They just went on playing, whatever. But Josie, the older ones, they're old enough to understand more, so it's bothering them some. And I mean, I was sitting outside one evening just in tears, and Josie come out to me and says, Dad, it's not my fault. And I says, Josie, I know, son, I know it's not your fault. And we just hugged for a long time, So it's a mess. It's a mess.
No, I get it. I think, and so when,
Oh, thank you so much.
what about other
Thank
people
you.
that showed up? Who's this? Help me understand who this Tim guy is.
I need to play the recording of Summer saying, Daddy or Mommy, help me. Help me, whenever she is screaming for her mother that Dawn is hurting her beyond sick. Beyond sick. Okay, what is this? Oh, I won't watch her. No way. Someone said they sent me the link. I don't see the link that you sent. Does anyone know? Did you text it or did you email it? I just saw where you said you emailed it, but I don't see it. Anyway. Okay. Now we're going to move on to this is an old live of mine from my other channel, but it's very important. Very important. This is Jody Sue talking about the day. And there are some things that I don't believe Jody Sue on, but there are some things that I do believe her on. And for the most part of Candus and stuff going up and down the hill, and when she was there with the boys and all of that, I think it is very important. This is Jody Sue. She was the closest neighbor to Dawn and Candus Wells. And she did an interview with Chris McDonough from the Interview Room years ago. Oh, let me shit. I put the wrong thing in there. Here, I'll drop my number. Okay. Okay. Okay, I'll take care of that. Got it. Okay. She's also, I don't believe Jody Sue ever gets any sleep from watching everyone weird. That's true. That's true. But I did this. It might be a little hard to understand her the way she talks. Plus, Jody Sue, she had like a surgery on her throat area, so she's sometimes a little bit hard to understand. Let me see if I can find it here.
Traffic and all kinds of other things that would have been always in summer.
Thank you. Yeah, I like what you did.
Things in summer.
Okay, I'll put it on the closed captions. But this is very important. Chris did an interview. God, I can't look at myself. Chris did an interview with Jody Sue about that day. And when that happened, it's very important because Candus left. You just look different, but still beautiful, Justin. Oh, thank you. But oh gosh, I can't look at myself. If she isn't to Donna, I think she was more reliable back then, before there was a lot of, before she had hatred toward a lot of creators. You get what I mean? And I also believe, and I've also talked to Jody Sue on her panel about this. I think I even got a phone call with her I can dig out somewhere. And all that. And she has kept it pretty consistent. Pretty consistent. this part. Okay. Okay. All right. Bear with me one second. Summer Wells Dispatch. Okay. Let me play this real quick before I play that. Okay, this is the scanner for the day Summer went missing. And it's very important in my opinion. Listen to this.
Listen.
TBI from 110, 110 Greeneville Road off of Beech Creek should be the first residence on your right. Reference to a missing 4-year-old. The parents have called in, advised that the mother had went for a walk, came home, now they can't find her. They've been yelling for her. She's been gone for about 10 minutes now.
The mother had went for a walk and been gone about 10 minutes. And that kind of makes me, not that I think Candus would go for a walk. I'm not saying that whatsoever. But what I am saying is I do find it interesting how Fred said that Chad Arnold was down there, and he said that Candus was walking. Now, could that have been, sometimes people do things in a plan and they'll say, they'll go for a walk and that's going to be part of the cover story, but it doesn't really work out. So they ditch that part of the cover story. You get what I mean? So, it makes me wonder. I find it curious. I'm not saying Candus went for a walk or anything, but I'm just observing that 911 says she went for a walk, and Fred said that Chad said Candus was down there for a walk. Right? It's very short. It's like 30 seconds.
TBI from 110, 110 Greeneville Road off of Beech Creek should be the first residence on your right. Reference to a missing 4-year-old.
She was 5 years old, by the way.
Parents have called in, advised that the mother had went for a walk, came home, now they can't find her. They've been yelling for her. She's been gone for about 10 minutes now.
Again, audio from police scanner traffic that evening. Dispatchers referenced Summer Wells as a 4-year-old. We now heard that correction the following day that, in fact, she is 5 years old.
But to be honest with you, it wouldn't surprise me, just my opinion, it wouldn't surprise me that Dawn or Candus would have said she was 4. They probably didn't even realize her age either. Okay. Here we go. Oops, wrong one. Bear with me as I pull it up. Hey, Smiley. Good to see you, baby. Okay. I'm going to pull up my Odwin, and we're going to listen to Miss Jody Sue here, because it's very important. Canadian Mama, thank you so much, my dear. Really do appreciate you gifting a pearl necklace. Very kind of you. If you receive that pearl necklace, make sure you thank our Canadian Mama for that. Very kind of you, my dear. Good to see you. Really, really do appreciate your support.
The game, I
against that hollow eater. So there's 2 places the same trucking guy are spotted. Driving in and out that he doesn't belong, and then he's just going after Summer's gone. But in all fairness, lots of traffic disappeared, and we couldn't tell because after we had the guard on the road for weeks. Nobody get in and out with the ID except for woodcutters and all that garbage. Thousands of searchers, you know how it goes. But then, after the guard was taken off the road,
I'm going to translate in some parts here. Just
for
an
all those
FYI.
weeks, then what you had was people going real life online. And it's like at night, I was sitting out there walking banks waiting because, I know some people, it's like usually predators like that revisit, especially if they take extreme risk. You couldn't pick out one from the other because of all the crazies going real life from online and all the weirdos wanting to look and do TikToks and it's so it was
Let me fast forward it here.
And then the police.
Here's Chris.
The cops got there. Where was everybody? My
Listen
understanding
to
is
this.
everybody was at the top of the hill at the command center, and then the police started, organizing. Don showed up, went up first he went to the shed down on the road. But what do you remember?
First few hours were just kind of chaos at that point. Neighbors and all of us, because by that point, I and the other neighbor, the other closest that actually knew what summer looked like, we knew she wasn't in there, but so we go back out to the main. Other neighbors started trying to join the search. I think the third cop in, because there was two that come past. I think the third cop in, told them about the screen. Walking up to the driveway, we just wait. At this point, it starts being cop after cop. There was, for the most part, for the first couple hours, and I'm trying to figure out what I can say or I shouldn't say publicly about, because I don't want, the investigation to talk about.
Yeah, we can talk about that. That's fine.
It's a normal chaos you would expect, but the neighbors, they were on four-wheelers, we were looking, everybody had their properties cleared very short time, had cameras out for the cops, lining up with someone for sprints handed over within, before dark. But it was chaos as you can imagine, but we were pretty well coordinated as a neighborhood unit, without any help, so,
This obviously, this is a huge deal for everybody, and you specifically. It sounds like you're the first one there, and obviously you're the first one. So, what was your initial fear? What came over you? Not only from a mom's perspective, but from that neighborhood perspective. What hit you?
Listen to this.
When I knew that she was missing, I knew something wrong with her calling for that moment.
Sure.
My fear it was like I knew how long it had been between that noise and her not being found, and I was already like, and I knew there hadn't been any other noises after that, which told me that she's unconscious or dead.
Okay, so Jody Sue says she hears a blood-curdling scream at some point. She didn't know Summer was, she didn't know what was going on at that time. She hears this blood-curdling scream. And then just a little bit later, this is when she discovers that Summer is missing. Now, law enforcement says they can't substantiate the scream or anything like that. Don has always talked about Jody Sue hearing the scream. He's like, neighbors heard the scream, and it was like they were putting their hands over Summer's mouth. I do believe the scream. Personally, I do believe the scream. But a lot of people don't.
Now, that is a statement right there, in my opinion. It had conscious, or does that looking at
Bear with me.
I think it's right. You know, forgive me for asking on a public forum like this, but it's not good. It could be better, for sure. But, you know, life is what it is, and it'll march on, but, you know what I mean? You know, but yeah, not good. Okay. He's a true soldier. Yeah, you're there day one, and that's the most.
But this is the thing. This is the thing. If there was a scream, okay? If there was a scream, and let's say Don and Candus know nothing about this, why didn't they hear a scream? Why didn't Don and Candus hear a scream? Right? Why didn't Don and Candus hear the scream? What I am more concerned about in this that we're going to be playing here is when she talks about how many times Candus went up and down the hill and what she saw. Because she says that Don and Candus that she saw a flash, and she's always said this, that she saw a flash of red going up the hill. And it was and you'll hear her say it here in a second, it was a red that was like the clear coat paint was off. Like the clear coat paint was off. And I believe her. I personally believe Jody Sue on this. She has always said that. She has always told me that. That's one thing that I do believe her on. And now I'm hearing that this individual, which I know that they did, I actually checked, the people that they just searched, FBI, TBI, just searched. This place has a red Toyota. It's a 1997, not a 1998 to 2000 that they were looking for, but it's a 1997. And I am told that it is very, very like the paint is really bad on it, and it's just an old farm truck. Hey, Widow, can you text me?
And you know what? The only way you do that is you stand up right in front of them and you put your hand out and said it's over. No more. Yeah. And you're doing it. You're doing it. And you're dealing with your health. You know. Yeah. Now I know why you handle snakes. You're a tough girl, a tough woman, and you know, remind me. I like all critters. Well, I can't wait to meet you. I cannot wait to meet you, and you just stay strong, though. Okay, stay strong. Don't look behind you. Okay, just keep pressing forward, whatever that means. And you empower yourself for what you feel is important. Who cares what other people think, say, or feel?
That's kind of where I'm at. Everybody messages once a day going, well, did you see, this online, whatever, how do you feel that? I'm like, look, I'm not, because I stay with Scott and Kenny and Q because, like, the audience, they have good mods, and it's the only reason I was like, hey, I'm coming over here to actually speak instead of just the videos being used, because it's, which I mean, it's probably like, it's an insulated bubble for me, but it's also like, hard not to get involved. I'm trying to stay away from that, and I'm trying to stay in positive places, even if I necessarily agree with, Lord and the fun, it's not.
Others will move it, God will move it. I want to say thank you so much. Is there anything I haven't asked?
Still keeping myself, things I'm not willing to say publicly, things I have no problem talking to you about, especially since I know that you can read the talk if I'm, like,
bear with me, guys.
Directed, and you know what I mean? You just not help.
I don't know when you plan on heading back, because I don't know where you are, but I know that Jody Sue, I know she's chomping at the bit to sit down and spill it all to you.
I am Chad. I will circle back with you, and so Jody Sue, thank you for trusting the process here with everybody. And I didn't even know I was going to jump into this, to be honest with you. Dr. Amy reached out and said, hey, and then, John Q and Miss Q and everybody and Tiffany and, just Scott.
Hold on, I'm going to need to find something here. Bear with me. I don't know where it's at. I need to find a keyword here. I should have had it pulled up, but I didn't. Red. Here, red. No. Match whole word. Okay. Bear with me, guys. I apologize. Okay, here it is. Listen to this.
Man, and then Dawn showed.
All right. Shit. What the fuck did I do?
Hooked up the next morning and came home.
What the hell did I do, Justin? How did I get the smileys? Okay.
Yeah, see, that's what confused.
All right. Listen to this. This is very important.
Candus at last time. They went down, you're staring directly, face on it, Candus in his mailbox and stuff. They went down the hill to the left and towards the creek that way, towards Simpson. So where they're.
Okay, here she's talking about the boys went down the creek and Smiley. And then the boys go down the hill and then they go down to the creek toward the Simpsons.
They were at, everything made sense. But no, when I come across them, they weren't playing hide and seek. They were playing in the water, like all squatted down in a little row, chins sort of almost touching knees, really enamored looking at something, and I interrupted them. But
So the boys, after all of this was going on, right, Smiley? They were down in the creek playing in the water.
They went right back to the motel and back towards the house. That's where they were going the last time. See them that day.
Hey, girl, good to see you. From a criminal behavior standpoint, why would Andy so quickly leave Jody for another woman if she really had incriminating goods on him? Yeah, I don't think she has incriminating goods on him at all. Yeah. They have a very weird, she is very, very weird, in my opinion, when it comes to talking about Andy, because she will dog Andy till the cows come home, right? But when someone starts talking about him in a negative way, she will defend him at all cost. Thank you, Charlotte. Likewise. So she will defend him at all costs. It's a very toxic, I mean, I understand it's like, with family, it's like, I might make your life hell, but nobody else is going to make your life hell kind of thing, right? Kind of like your husband or your wife. Like, I might give you hell, but nobody else is going to give you hell kind of thing. But it's weird. It is a control thing. It is a control thing. How she will, say that Andy did this and Andy did that, and, say things that, that she says could incriminate him and all that. But someone else says it, it's on.
And then I think I talked to him the next day, and over the course of the following weeks, until, so, but yeah, I mean.
So, what happened then? So at that point, what takes place?
After the boys that day?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, before I reached the boys, Dawn and Baltimore had come in almost at the same time. Candus was up towards the end of the road.
Okay, listen to this. All right. So Baltimore, as she says, that is Andy. So she says that Candus is at almost the end of the road, and Andy, aka Baltimore, and Dawn come in nearly at the same time. Andy is coming in from work. Dawn is supposedly rushing home because Summer is missing. And Candus is at the end of the road. Listen to this.
She had told Baltimore what happened.
What car's Dawn driving?
The red Subaru.
Okay, so the red car that you would have thought earlier.
Okay. Dawn is in the red Subaru here. Now, big point here. Dawn is in the red Subaru here. Dawn, in every interview except the one we just listened to with Chris and Josh and Dawn, he says that he is in the Subaru that day. He takes it to work. But this last interview I just showed you, he says, no, I took the Subaru the day before. But he's in the Subaru when Jody Sue sees him. He's in the Subaru when Jody Sue sees him. Why is he in the Subaru? Well, in my opinion, he had, and you was, Don, you just were, at the house earlier that day. 100% you was at the house earlier that day. You know it. TBI knows it. FBI knows it. Hawkins County knows it. No. Candus didn't say she had the Subaru that day. Candus said she had mom's truck that day, Grandis's truck that day.
What you mentioned, that is definitely not the case.
Yeah, see, that's what confused me when I seen initially when Candus came down the hill, I was expecting a Subaru. And then it wasn't. It was her mom's Tahoe. And I was like, well.
When Candus comes down the hill, she's expecting Dawn to be, when Candus comes down the hill from the driveway, she's expecting Candus to be in a red Subaru. But she was in Grandis's truck. So it kind of threw her off. Oh, he was. He was.
Whatever, it was probably parked first in line, so she took it, right? And then when later on, after
What did she say there?
it was her mom's car, and I was like, well, whatever, it was probably parked first in line, so she took it, right?
Okay.
And then when later on, after the first two cops come in, and then Dawn shows up after Baltimore, just like right behind each other. Dawn shows up and I see him physically because that point I was still close enough, even though I was right at the main road of Beech Creek, I could see the end of Ben Hill. And so he shows up in the red Subaru. And I'm like, what? You know, and I'm like, hold on. I'm like, so what the hell was that red flash? It was definitely not them earlier. But see, that's what was going in my head earlier. The reason I think.
Okay, so Jody Sue has told me this on her panel. She's told me this privately. She's told other people this, that earlier, before all of this happened, she wasn't, she didn't realize Summer was missing at the time, but she sees a red flash go up the hill quickly. And you know what your neighbor's vehicle sounds like. You know how it sounds like when someone's going in their driveway or if they're going up a hill. It's a sound that you're familiar with. But she says the way that this vehicle went up the hill, it was different. Now, I believe this is key. And she says, you could hear the car, the way it went up the driveway, and you could hear how, because Don and Candus's driveway up top circles around. And you can hear how you're used to hearing it if you're there. Right? So listen to what she says here.
I knew something was off with that coloring because the red that went up the driveway before that wasn't shiny. It wasn't candy apple red. It was an off red. It was not right. And that's why I asked my son and even bothered going, who was that? Because if I see, you know what I mean? That's what kept my brain in. But it was like, it took steps to realize, you know?
So that kind of confused you too at that moment.
But the color, I knew it wasn't right. Coming up the driveway earlier, that the red wasn't right. That the clear coat wasn't there. And that's why I even bothered to ask who was that. Because my brain went, they ain't right. That ain't the neighbors. But I just, when my son said, oh, it's the neighbors, I dismissed that too.
Could it have been done?
I don't think so, because the traction was wrong on it. And it didn't complete the circle.
Now, she says she doesn't think it's... Yes, A balance. AB, it's yes. And I want to show you something about that in just a second. But she says she doesn't think it's Dawn because of the way the way that they came up on the hill. Well, it's a different vehicle, so I don't think you can assume who is in it, in my opinion. But I want to show you something right here. In the house that they just raided, the property. Let me just show you this. Fuck, am I frozen? Oh God, don't freeze. Okay. 2019. Look at that maroon truck. Maroon truck. Look here. A maroon truck. Now, Okay, 1 second here. I just want to show you something. Now, this person who lives at this house, I'm getting back my report from my PI that I work with. I'm not saying this is the same kind, but I will say this 1000%. That address has a 1997 Toyota Tacoma. It has a 1997 Toyota Tacoma, and they had it in their possession for years. And they got rid of it in 2021. They got rid of it in 2021. Now, I'm checking some other things out because the old man and the old woman there, I would be shocked if they were involved in any ways. I mean, look here. If you don't believe me, just look. Hell, they put out their name. I don't care. There we go. And this was registered in the business name. In the business name. I'm working my ass off. That's for sure. Oh, thank you, Roswell. Thank you so much, my dear, for 1 month. Appreciate your love. Thank you so much for your support. Okay. Now, once we get these reports back and all that, it's not the kind of, it's not just the report that you go on these background checks and it shows you a few things about a person. Now, this is a comprehensive. It'll tell me everything, every vehicle, everything. But I believe that there are others close to this old couple. And there were, what can I say? Here it is as well. And again, this is more of a maroon collar. And Jody Sue says it doesn't have a clear coat. And look, you can see like white. The paint is uneven. You can see the paint is uneven here. Right? No, I'm not saying these are the same. I'm not saying these are the same truck, but I am saying 100% that these people owned a 1997 Toyota Tacoma. That I am.
Between a 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, where would you put it that it is him and is
It's definitely fading out.
I'd rather not state that publicly.
50-50?
I'm just, I don't know, but that's something that, I just rather not publicly say it just because my opinion holds weight. And I mean, they're already doing things, and
Yes,
that's been
red
my
and
issue from
collar.
the get-go, was never about guilt or innocence or.
Yes, it is a 1997 red Toyota Tacoma. Yes, honey, hush. That's the way we do it now.
Speaking on my opinion, other than to say that I don't think Candus did it, just because of seeing her face that day and her voice and knowing the risk for her and calling 911 even, I feel like she didn't have any good, but I can't speak on it or what, I may have missed that day. Because there's all kinds of, I could have missed all kinds of things. I mean, what we heard, and I'm willing to say it. I mean, and that's the thing. I've always been open to the possibility.
Yeah, Kat, let me tell you something. I have never left the house. I have never left the house. Ultimately, in my opinion, whatever happened to Summer happened because of people close to her, in my opinion. Because of whatever happened, whether that be accident, whether that be intentional, whether that be planned, I absolutely 100% believe I have not left the house. I've never left the house, but that doesn't mean there can't be help. It doesn't mean that others, vehicles, property can be used, all of that stuff.
Take away the screen, right? Take it away entirely. The same possibilities still exist, but there's a bigger picture there than just darn Candus and poof. And that way but if we talk privately, I have no issue with that, but there are certain things, and that was my mission coming on right. It was not to speak on guilt or innocent. It was just to let people know there's a bigger picture there.
No, I will definitely take you up on that. And what's interesting is, and I think you and I will probably agree, when I first met Candus,
she is abused, and I think she's continuing to be abused, especially by some of the two people and some of the people being surrounded by her right now. And I think the public's looking at it in a different way, but as somebody that comes from domestic violence and comes from that hill and that property, they keep saying we all besties is there, no. And that's the truth. We barely talk. We've talked more since this has happened than before. But your neighbors in that area is different. And,
you have a good heart, Josie. You really do. And Jody, you do. And
how many thumbs ups do we got, mods?
And then the other side of that now, right? It's like one of the things that really struck me was this idea of this red truck. Break that down a little bit more for us. For me,
the red truck,
yeah, it's weird, Giddy Hawk. It's weird.
The one I witnessed, I don't know that is. I know that somebody else is who reported the red truck, right? But there was a truck that I was seeing.
Listen.
And I had, like the first few days here, like, well, did you see? Because by that first night that Summer was missing, there were rumors amongst everybody standing there, the neighbors, about a red truck, but also being mixed with Jackie Dove's vehicle being there at the same time. And we were like, no. And there's some things there that, but we were like, no, the only one here was the blue, Trailblazer. And there was no other vehicle. There was no red truck here. And then by the time, everything finishes, the days go on, they finally start asking about a red truck. And I was like, I didn't see one in here that day. Like, you know what I mean? That's what I was being asked about. And they gave me this picture. And it was like, I didn't see that day. And you know how sometimes they can be kind of short. I'm obviously not a short-winded person, but they want the question answered and they move on. And I mean, there was a lot of things to do, a lot of agencies involved. I understand it. They're doing their job. Then we had a specialized team come out, and it was like, there was a guy that was coming in here, and, tried to expand upon it, but there was a truck that had been coming in and out for weeks. And the reason I would see is because I was down there trying to run the survey lines and things for weeks and pull all the property stuff and measure and do this and the other across mine and Candus's and or other properties to make sure ours lined up. And so I was seeing this guy come in and out, and because I have to sit at the bottom of the hill bar because my body doesn't take stuff like that well anymore, so I'd rest. But then around the same time, a lot of days I'd be waiting on Baltimore.
I see you check your messages.
And I'd be waiting out there. But this guy kept coming in and out in a truck just like they're looking for. To me, it was a little older, a little earlier, but not by much. Baltimore had seen the truck too, and the guy, and he thought he knew who it was and where they lived, but we can't find the truck. And couldn't at that time either. It was no longer placed and living where it was, and which is just a few houses down from where I'm at now.
Okay. Now, I want to show you a couple things that we know. Okay. Couple things that I want to show you that I absolutely. What is this? Okay. All right. So now I want to show you that Candus 100% did not go with them to the watering hole that day. And Hunter says that Summer went under the water, but she was okay. Candus said that never happened. Here is a message from the horse's mouth herself. Come visit me. Okay, after I get Grandma from the hospital, did Grams go with you or stay with Allie? Stayed with Allie. There you have it, folks. Grandma stayed at Allie's the day Summer, Hunter, and Candus was at the watering hole. There you go. You're welcome. You're welcome. No picking flowers. No picking flowers. Okay, look at this. Let me find it. The reason we knew that Candus did not. Hold on one second. Let me find it here. You just got to bear with me, guys. This is the one. trying to find the full thing. Here we go. Because Candus does this. So another lie. Yeah. And this is the question. Why, Candus, why are you lying? Why are you lying? You told interviewers that Candus went. Why are you lying? This is Candus, not Grand Bun. Okay.
Up that morning, she came out and took me into the ER because my leg was messing up on me.
A little low.
And we were afraid something was wrong with my knee. I have a knee replacement. And she was worried that there was something wrong with it. And she took me into the hospital. And I ended up getting a shot for it to get rid of the pain. And they prescribed me medication to take to get the swelling down out of my knee and around my knee because it was inflamed. And then we waited around for my prescription. Summer went swimming that day at the horse stables, I believe it was. And then we come back and I went in my camper, and after we...
Candus didn't go over there to the house until Grandma was actually done with the hospital. Then she takes Grandma, Summer, and herself over to Allie's, and Grandma stays there. Hunter, Summer, and Candus go to the watering hole together.
Brought my groceries in for me, and the boys helped with that, and of course Summer. And
listen,
I laid down and went to sleep, and I got up and I was sitting in my doorway, and we come out, and Candus asked me what I was doing. I said, well, we got to transplant these little cactuses into bigger pots. And we did that, and then Summer come in and had a piece of peppermint, which is her favorite, and then she went in. She said, Mama, I want to go play with the boys. Candy walked her back to the house, and
I knew that they were lying because they originally said that Summer changed her clothes at Allie's house. And I knew that they were lying because Candus also said once we had to wait for the prescription, that's when we decided to take Summer swimming. But they said Summer changed at Candus's house, or at Allie's house, Allie and Hunter's house. And it's like, but you said y'all were going to just change, you guys just randomly was going to go swimming because it was so hot outside. It was baking hot was the words that they used.
she asked the boys to keep an eye on her, and that's the last time I seen her.
Tell me when you first
She is not a good woman.
realized that Summer was missing. What was going through your mind, and what was it like here?
To be blunt, it was hell. I mean,
Now, Allie actually, under your scars, that was what was initially said. You were absolutely correct. However, Allie later lied and said, again, why is she lying? Allie later lied and said she never went outside to see Summer.
and I apologize, I'm blunt. As everybody knows, I have a missing daughter. She's been gone for 12 years. And all I could say is, oh,
Yes.
not again.
100%.
And I couldn't do nothing but cry.
Yeah,
And we yelled.
yeah, AB. I just showed the text of Candus herself saying, I'll tell you why. Because she was with a minor boy giving him alcohol, vapes, and doing God knows what with him. That's why. And I'll tell you this, she didn't want Dawn to know that her and Hunter was alone. That's when Hunter said, when they was in the drive-through, she said, shh, shh, everyone be quiet. That's why. Because in my opinion, Candus is a predator, in my opinion, as well. That's why. And I believe Hunter said he didn't go to bed till very late in the morning, and he was tired. And I believe Candus and him spoke on Facebook Messenger the night prior to plan this. Grandis was going to go to the doctor that day, and Hunter and her them met up. And I think it's despicable that Allie Grandis allowed Candus and a 15-year-old boy and a 5-year-old little girl to go out like that. I think it's despicable. Candus has 3 other boys she could have brought along.
For her, and we yelled for her and yelled for her. And we could not find her. Candy was in hysterics.
1 second.
And we never did find her. She called 911 and she called Donnie, and
You can't hardly hear on this one.
Another story.
Let me find the damn thing. Listen to this.
Miss A.
Mr. Lawson stated that Candus and the whole family is lawyered up. I can't speak for Donnie, and I know Candus hasn't because she's told me she hasn't, and I have not. If law enforcement wants to talk to me, TBI wants to talk to me, they have my phone number. They know when I leave the state. They know when I'm here.
Summer Wells' grandmother, Candace Hare, says she hasn't spoken with law enforcement since December 13th.
They have not contacted me since the YouTubers were down here in the driveway.
Yeah, that's the only time they call the police is when someone's down there searching for Summer.
Summer's grandma was with her granddaughter all day on June 15th, the day she disappeared.
No, you
She
weren't.
walked me through what they did that day and
Listen to
said
this.
she and Summer
Listen.
were repotting cactus plants outside of her camper, and then
Summer come in and had a piece of peppermint, which is her favorite, and then she went in. She said, "Mama, I want to go play with the boys." Candy walked her back to the house, and she asked the boys to keep an eye on her, and that's the last time I seen her.
as the 9-month mark of when her granddaughter was reported missing approaches, she says the social media and online rumors have to stop.
If they want to help, that's great. But if they want to spread lies, that's a different story. Because that's all they're doing now is spreading lies. They're reaching.
You, your daughter, your son-in-law are the biggest fucking liars that ever stretched a piece of skin over.
And trying to figure out what lie can we spread now. And I'm tired of it.
Now, Summer's mother, Candace Bly, did not want to go on camera. However, she did write this statement for us on my notepad. You see it right there on your screen as well. It says, "I've never stopped talking to law enforcement."
Hold on.
Mark Reynolds, thank you very much. As this week marks
For the first time, we walk you through that day with her mother and grandmother from their perspective just hours before she was reported missing.
Candus and I got up that morning. She come out and took me into the ER because my leg was messing up on me.
The hospital is about 25 minutes from the Wells Beech Creek home in Kingsport.
She took me into the hospital, and I ended up getting a shot for it to get rid of the pain. And they prescribed me medication.
Summer, her mother and grandmother spent the
I'm
day
looking
in
for
the
a specific
closest city
part.
to their house.
Then we waited around for my prescription. Summer went swimming that day.
Listen.
At the horse stables, I believe it was.
Summer went swimming that day at the horse stable, I believe it was. What do you mean you believe it was? You were supposedly there until I just showed this text message of Candus saying that Grandis stayed at Allie's. They went to this Walgreens because if you go to my Justin For All channel, I'm there at that exact Walgreens at the cross section, and they show exactly they go to this Walgreens because on the literally the other side of there's a road, and you go into the park where the horse stables is and where the lake is, where they swam that day. They went here. There was 1,000 closer pharmacies to get things filled.
She took me into the hospital, and I ended up getting a shot for it to get rid of the pain. And they prescribed me medication.
Summer, her mother and grandmother spent the day in the closest city to their house.
Then we waited around for my prescription. Summer went swimming that day at the horse stables, I believe it was.
We were
at the horse stables, I believe it was. You see, she can't tell. I mean, she would be able to say, we were at the horse stables and this happened that day. There is a video of Summer, of Hunter, of Candus. But there is no video of Grandis. And everyone was like, where's Grandis at? Where's Grandis at? And then they made up a lie that she was in the truck putting minutes on her phone. That was never the truth. TBI, FBI, Hawkins County knows Grandis was not at the pharmacy, was not at the watering hole, was not at any of the other places with them that day. Thank you, user. Thank you so much. Guys, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. We greatly appreciate it. Roswell, thank you so much for 1 month, my dear. Appreciate you. Thank you for your continued support. I'll hit that thumbs up button. Share the live out.
waiting on my mother's prescription from the drugstore at Walgreens on Fort Henry.
The three, along with
All right, let me show you this.
Mother's prescription from the drugstore at Walgreens.
Okay, this is the Walgreens. There's a four-way intersection right here. Where we're looking at right behind us, this is a road right behind us. And this is the road that takes you to the lake.
On Fort Henry.
The three, along with a friend that Candus describes as a minor, then came swimming here at Warriors Path State Park.
Right
it's
here.
where the last known video of Summer was taken and then posted to TikTok.
We had to wait.
Okay, this is the last video of Summer we have. You didn't know that? You didn't know what, Soldier Baby? Feel better, Sassy. Take care, honey. Get some rest. Yep. Oh, thank you so much, Under Your Scars, for your support. I appreciate you, my dear. Thank you so much. Thank you for your coverage. Who doesn't lie in your face? Yeah. And this is the thing that always pisses me off in these stories. Why does someone lie on a 5-year-old who says they love them and they don't know anything about their disappearance and they have nothing to do with it, but will lie on their name? Lie on, because I don't believe Summer's alive whatsoever. I don't believe she has been alive since June 15th. I think these are the last, right here in this water, is the last minutes of Summer's life. So why lie? Well, because they're going to get their asses in trouble and go to prison.
For Mom's prescription at Walgreens. So we just
Thank
went
you
up
so much for
to
your support.
Warriors. There was all kinds of trash everywhere at Warriors when we
Exactly.
showed up. And I let Summer out to play. And we just stood there for about 15, 20 minutes. And then we all got back in the truck and went.
Who the hell goes fishing for 15 to 20 minutes or swimming? How do you get a 5-year-old? It takes 15 to 20 minutes to get a kid out of the water. Oh, thank you so much, Timpy Brown. Justin, I shared your live during my infusion because you're amazing. My nurses enjoy watching as much as I do. Oh, thank you so much, Timpy, and thank the nurses. And blessings to your treatment, my dear. Fight it like hell. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Got Mom's prescription. And I took him home. And then we came home.
And so then Summer came back here with you later that afternoon, right?
Yes.
The trip from Warriors Path back to Ben Hill Road is just over 17 miles. But Bly couldn't recall how many hours that was before she reported her daughter missing.
About how many
Couldn't remember.
hours was that before she was reported missing?
You know, I really can't tell you all the time details because time gets away from you when you're trying to enjoy yourself.
The three then returned here to their home on Ben Hill Road.
Exactly.
A neighbor says that she first heard Candus calling for Summer around 6 o'clock that night. Police say that she was reported missing around half an hour later, around 6:30. In the Beech Creek community, Ansley Daniel, News Channel 11.
Now, this recount is based on what Summer's mother and grandmother told News Channel 11 about the day of June 15th. You can view their interviews about the night Summer went missing and see all of our coverage about the search for Summer on our website, WJHL.com.
Okay.
From News Channel 11.
Frustrated as the case is taking longer than usual.
Mother shared these with us. In a news briefing late this afternoon, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation said the search for Summer is, quote, definitely outside the norm when it comes to the standard amount of time for a missing persons case like this.
You will notice in all of these pictures, Candus takes the kids swimming all the time. Also, Candus lied to the flute player, whatever his name is, about, and I can do a whole live on that later, about who she had at the horse pond that day. Dotson, thank you. She lied to David Dotson about that. And again, why are you lying? Why is Candus is lying to David Dotson, and David Dotson was very clear about what she meant and how she said it. Candus is lying to David Dotson about who was at the horse pond that day. She said her boys and Summer. Why is she lying about that? Because she's lying to the world, saying that Grandis was with them that day, was with Candus, Hunter, and Summer. Why is she lying in both situations? Because she doesn't want people to know that she was with a minor that day. They also take a picnic basket. I have the inventory where they took out of for evidence. Well, why are you doing it? Why are they taking out a picnic basket? What are you doing with a picnic basket?
Typically, in an investigation like this one, we have some idea of where the case is headed and what might have happened within a few days. In this situation, despite doing everything within our power and exploring all avenues, the circumstances leading to Summer's disappearance remain unclear.
News Channel 11's John Janko is at today's news briefing. John, are investigators hopeful at this point that they will find Summer?
Sarah and Josh, while search teams and investigators are physically and mentally exhausted, I can tell you that they all remain hopeful. Leslie, at this point in the search and investigation, do you believe Summer Wells is still alive?
We hope so, but honestly, we just don't know. I mean, we're holding out hope, doing everything we can. Obviously, we typically would have found a child at this stage in the investigation, so honestly, we just don't know.
Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson again made a plea to those who live in Beech Creek, Sullivan, and Hawkins counties to check and recheck their security or trail cam footage. In the desperate search for Summer Wells, he also had another request.
So if the general public that lives in this area will go back and search their outbuildings, their barns, their hay fields, that's mowing season, so when they mow, they need to pay attention. And if you have a resident that cannot search their property themselves, if they'll call my office at 423-272-4848, I will send an officer to your residence to search your property for you.
106 agencies are participating in the search for Summer Wells. You're looking at new video the TBI released this afternoon of crews conducting line searches in the Beech Creek area near where Summer was last seen. The TBI says the purpose of these searches is to ensure every inch of ground has been covered. They've covered about 4.6 square miles of terrain so far. That's about 3,000 acres.
No, Kelsey.
Captain Tim Coop of the Church Hill Rescue Squad says they've covered multiple ground multiple times. He said different eyes in different search teams may discover something someone else didn't notice. Live in the Beech Creek community, John Janko, News Channel 11.
John, thank you very much.
Okay. Here is, I want to show you this. Tomorrow, we're going to be going over the timeline. And how people went from one place to the next, how long it took, and all of that. This is a TBI photograph of some of the dogs that was there on the day Summer went missing. Yep. And we're also going to be going over some of the inventory. This is the actual inventory slip that they took. They took an LG track phone, cell phone, black in color, a quilted bag containing picnic items and blanket. Why are you taking a picnic basket and blanket with a 15-year-old? Allegedly. Can. Candus said when Hunter got out of the truck, he went straight to the woods and did his thing. It does say 120 Ben Hill. There's two addresses there, and there's two addresses there. There's 110 and 120. They took a Cowboys bag, Old Navy bootcut jeans, size 14, multicolored, striped t-shirt, Old Navy shirt, medium, adult t-shirt, size medium, and one Cat and Jack Velcro tennis shoe, size 11. An Apple iPad, 16 gigabyte. Samsung cell phone, black in color, no visible identification. HP laptop, black in color. Toshiba laptop, black in color. I believe they took a lot of this because they wanted to see communications, obviously. I believe they, in my opinion, they will see communications with Candus talking to Hunter the night before, in my opinion, as well. Okay. Bear with me. Okay. Okay. Again, let me show you this. Messages between Hunter and Candus. Yo, come visit me. Okay, after I get grandma from hospital, did Grams go with you or stay with Allie? Stayed with Allie. Okay. Yup. Hunter, they said, was never the same again. Hunter knows more. He knows more. This is the last picture and video of Summer. She's in a jacket with long sleeves, a hood, and long pants. Now remember, this is June 2021 in Tennessee. LA Connection, is it the one with him in the newspaper? How much have you missed? 3 hours, Bonanza. And I'm in Tennessee, and it was in the 90s and hundreds, sometimes in June. Yep. You want to send it to me? You can text it, or you can email it. You'll be completely anonymous. You're showing the Photoshop pic, not the pic without the filter on it. I don't know what you mean by that. No idea what you mean by that. Now, this was taken for a reason. I wholeheartedly believe. I personally believe that something was wrong here. I really do. I don't know, but I feel like something was wrong here. Let me see here. I'm trying to find something here. Candus does. Does she still have her thing there? What did she go by there? Candus. Candus Wells. Users. Has anyone got Candus's TikTok page or the video with her at the watering hole that day? The one with let me see here. I'm looking for it. Let me check it out here. Should be under a video. I'm looking for the video of Summer swimming at the swimming hole. If someone's got that, can they send it to me? Yeah, I got that. One second, guys. Yep, this is him. That's the Joseph. That's Mr. Hill. That's the son. Did Summer have floaties on that day? I'm trying to remember. I don't think so. Maybe she did. Maybe she did. I can't remember, to be honest with you. Summer Wells swimming video. If someone could send that to me, I would be very much grateful if they can text it or email it to me. Where is that video? The water was really high at that time. Yeah, that's true. That's probably true. I don't think so because she went underwater for a few minutes. This is the son that the property that they checked. She had it on TikTok or something. Or if they can just send me the link to Candus Wells. So Can Wells TikTok. She spells it Candus. is how she spells it, if I remember correctly. They are so not interested in. Here it is. I think I got it. 1 second. I think it might be under Candus Bly Wells, actually. Hold on. How does she spell it? Candus? Bly Wells? Hmm. Hell no, that's still not there. Oh God, this is an old one. What is this? I found my old. Someone put something up here of Jose.
Well, I'm just going to be blunt. I find it very disgusting that this woman is sitting at home. I don't care what you're going through, but when you're receiving money from the suffering of your child, something's wrong with you.
Well, I
You understand?
yeah, I was telling you about the manager too.
Yes, and that's appalling.
What is this?
That's disgusting.
You got
I'm
This
not
is
going to think of no
old.
damn manager when my child is out there missing. Ain't no way in hell. The hell with a manager, the hell with the news, the hell with the cops. My ass would be out
I see you. Do you have the video, or can you find me the video of Summer swimming?
there personally,
Please.
looking in the woods, talking to people. The pictures will be put up. This is what she looked like. This is how she could look like. She responds to this nickname. This is her favorite snack that she eats. You know, and she begs and cries for it. I would give as much chits out there and look for myself. You know, because the cops and law enforcement are limited to what they can do. But what people
I can't find it either. It's like it disappeared. Here you go. Here's my email.
fail to realize is you as a parent, you have street smarts. They don't. You understand? You get
Amen.
more connections than they would because people are hesitant to talk to law enforcement. But you as a parent, they'll feel free to speak to you. You understand what I'm saying? So it's more easier. It's more easier for a parent than they really think. You know, especially when you're willing to lose sleep and put the work into it. You know, because eventually the truth is going to come out and you're going to find it.
Yes.
You know, and I find it very, how can I say this?
Someone just
I'm
sent it to me.
Gonna be blunt.
I
I
got
find it very disgusting that this woman is sitting at home.
Thank you
I
for
don't care
sending
what
that.
you're going through, but when you're receiving money from the suffering of your child, something's wrong with you.
Well, I
you understand?
yeah, I was telling you about the manager too.
Yes, and that's appalling. That's disgusting.
I'm
not going to think of no damn manager when my child is out there missing. Ain't no way in hell. The hell with a manager.
Oh,
the
she
hell with the
deleted her
news, the hell with
account.
the cops. My ass would be out there personally looking in the woods, talking to people. The pictures will be put up. This is what she looked like. This is how she could look like. She responds to this nickname. This is her favorite snack that she eats. You know, and she begs and cries for it. I would give as much chits out there and look for myself. You know, because the cops and law enforcement are limited to what they can do. But what people fail to realize is you as a parent, you have street smarts. They don't. You understand?
Okay. Watch this. Someone sent this to me. Thank you so much. Credit's going to go to Appalachian Scallywag. Here is the link provided in right here in chat. That's Appalachian Scallywag. Thank you, Appalachian Scallywag. Love your name. It's so cute. All right. Candus deleted all of her stuff. But I've got to mute it. But hold on. This is Summer. I'm going to make it full screen. This is the last video. Well, not the last, second to the last video. I can't play the music. But she's fine right there, right? One second. Now, there is a Jinkies on June 15th. I want to say 2 years ago, I was in Hawkins County, and Jinkies and all of them were down at the horse pond. And when that happened, Candus was in Arkansas at the time. And they're going down the horse pond. And that is the first time that I ever saw Candus crack. This triggered her. I've got the video. I'll dig it out. And a couple professionals I know I sent it to, and they were like, oh, that knew about this case that I'm constantly badgering. And they were like, oh God. Oh God. Candus she usually doesn't cry in any interviews or anything like that. But this, you could just see her not wanting to look at the camera. And as the camera got closer, she cracked. She cracked. Remember the video with Ernie talking to her when she was gagging at, yep. Yes, but I think I know who you're talking about, who they did it with. Yep, the slow motion. This was her TikTok. I can't play it because I think she's got music. Right there. That's with the boys cutting the grass and stuff. I bet you Candus and Dawn are shotting bricks right now. We need 34 more thumbs up. So we can have a chicken party. Come on, y'all. $34 more. This is one of look at all the dogs that they had. One of them is Yucky, which is Summer's dog. Ziggy has one of the dogs, the descendants of Summer Wells' dog. She takes all the strays out of Ben Hill. Julie, you read my mind. She takes all the strays out of Ben Hill. The dog, Fred. I couldn't help it. Oh, Don was mean as fuck to these dogs. That's what I'm saying, BB. The Lord will not send you someone else's husband. Okay? Listen, I never thought Fred was guilty. I never thought Andy was guilty of anything. But I'll be honest now. I got more questions now. I do got more questions now. This is the sure reminds me of kind of like Pippi Longstocking. Summer does. She's a little country girl going barefoot, playing in the rain. Did we get to 1,000? Holy moly. Y'all are the bomb.com. Oh, you didn't. I know everyone's like either they believe Andy knows something or Fred knows something. Oh, look at the yard. I know it's bad. Hey, Wolfie. I saw your video where you mentioned a red car, maybe, question mark. Sweet baby, I pray she's found soon. These are the comments. It was stormy. This yellow truck is Dudley's. This is, look at this right here. This is a casket. And you can stand there and take a picture of it. There is no way I would let my kid take a picture in that. I just wouldn't. I would never. I don't care. To me, it's just like bad omens or something. I would never. Like, I don't like to even speak things like to that. It is a tourist attraction. But I just wouldn't. It just the bad juju. And just look at the walls here. Seriously, look at the walls of this place. They don't even have flooring. It is just particle board. You can't clean it. It's not treated. Candus, that's a perfect picture of you. Flames. This was summer. This is where summer felt the most free at, in my opinion. Oh, listen to it. You can listen. I love this. I'm gonna cry. Oh my gosh, I love that. Hold on. Bless her heart. This is why we're all here. For Summer Moon, Utah Well. Listen, let me just say something. I was just like Summer when I grew up, when I was little, rather, when I grew up. I was barefooted. I was climbing trees. I was on tire swings. We would make sleds out of bus seats and car hoods and all of that. But we were taken care of. Like, we didn't have much, but what we did have, we took care of. And we played outside all day long. We'd eat popsicles and have sugar all over us, and it would go around your neck right here in the little crease of your neck and be so damn sticky. But at the end of the day, we were sprayed outside with the water hose before we went inside to take a shower. There's nothing wrong with having a barefoot child out and playing, living free in the country. I think it's very wholesome, actually. But the inside and your environment around you is what really matters. And it's who is raising you as well. Yeah, we drank out of the water hose, and look how we turned out. Oh my gosh. All right, guys. Yeah, it is. It is. Absolutely. But there is no way that a child should be sleeping on a half folded futon with a couple little 2x4s making it. Fucking mold and shit everywhere. That's crazy. Right? Crazy. Absolutely, Susan. That's the way we were. That's right. I say I'm a country boy, but that don't mean I can't go to town, honey. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. Acting. Precisely. Country is homemade meals, patchwork quilts made with love, and Nana's hugs, not this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. That's right. All right, y'all. I'm going to wrap this up. Let's have a mother freaking chicken party. I'm going to have, if someone can find me a rooster that says Dawn and Candus, I would greatly appreciate it. Dawn or Candus, or both. I'd appreciate it.
Christopher! Katie! Daniel! now. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
Get up off me. I said that's enough. Let my gut to the go. You act like you starving, Monquito. Now I said that's enough. You want to bite me? Huh? Okay. That's how I feel. Now get up off me.
Born and bred, Sarah.
Got these
Born
people
and bred.
recording me act like I don't feed your ass. And look at your damn daddy just sitting there. You need to come get your damn daughter. She get this shit from you. Now let my damn titty go. You didn't eat. Let it go. Because at this rate, I'm not gonna care if Monkey Protective Services come get your ass. Now let them go. You didn't eat and you acting like you starving. Okay, we won't listen. We won't listen. Who is that? Oh, I thought I heard something. Now get your... Okay, let me just turn my ass around. Now, didn't I tell you to let my shit go? Now, I'm not about to keep playing with you in front of these people. I'm trying... Okay. Okay. Let me see who looking. Okay, hey.
The following is an actual video of Dawn as a teenager answering the telephone.
Hello? Hello? I said don't disturb you, I'm cleaning my room!
Oh. Look at sucking now. Oh. Look at sucking now.
Yeah, me smell cocoa butter. Cheese. Yeah, right there. Give me a kiss. Damn. You got to be an Instagram model or something. Here, put this shit on your gram right here. There you go. Yeah. Give me a kiss. Don't move. This one going on the wall in my trailer.
I'm too sexy for this hair. Too sexy for this hair. Too sexy, don't care. I'm too sexy for this mullet. Too sexy for this mullet. No way I'm disco dancing. I'm an Edgar, you know what I mean. And I do my little turn on the catwalk. On the catwalk. On the catwalk. He shakes his little tush on the catwalk.
I've got a feeling love will give us what we lack.
And it
to
was
Mr. Proudfoot, to Mr. Proudfoot, to Mr. Proudfoot.
Yes,
Mr. Proudfoot, what happened?
A bullshit. A bullshit. A bullshit.
Oh my God. God, look at Chris.
Gerald Daugherty wants to watch the videotape.
Is that Chris?
November 26th, Mr. Feet will stay.
Okay, I'm so gay there.
Girl, how I look? Like a damn fool. No, them veneers don't make that look no better. Girl, bye.
RCMP, open up.
Take me away from the pain and you bring me paradise. What's pretty out of here, girl? What's going on? We need to go down there to that barbecue shack. See, last time they shorted me a rib. I need all my meat. I want to feel ribby. Playing with my time. Girl, I ain't know they closed down the food town. Nobody really shopped there anyway. Shit, they always play with people's time. Girl, look at Bonita. Oh, ass. Playing with people's time. Girl, it's too hot out here to be having all that on, all that black and hoodies. You look like a hoodie. Playing with your... Let me see what's going on with this little piece of fruit, baby. Clear my throat. Got a good little ring to it, not tart at all. Very sweet. Let me get on up here, baby. I don't need everybody in my mix. See, you don't need to see Big Mama eat an orange. Go on back the camera up and stop playing with my tie before I get active mode face. Stop. You love touching my belly. Oh, you make me feel so sexy and confident. Oh, let me back up so you can look at it. How I look, babe? Stop playing. I just fall out when you do that to me, boy. Come on now. Oh, look at these legs and stuff you got. Oh, I think I want to touch and kiss up on you real quick. What's up? In public. Let's do it right here in public, babe. What's up, boy? Come on, let's do it in public, babe. Stop playing with my time. Come on, boy. Come on, babe. Let's do it in public. Ooh, don't start nothing. Won't be no start, no shoe, won't be no stuff. Come on now, touching my titties and all that. Come on, boy, in public. Ooh, let me take this leg real quick and then. Ooh, where you going? Where you going, babe? Come here. Touch on me. Tease me. Nah, for real. Come on, let's go. What you doing? Baby, come on now. We got to get to the barbecue. Stop playing now. Stop playing with my time. Oh, let me get up here. Oh, look at that butt. Oh, take this shirt off real quick. See, let's go on and get wet out. Let's show them the way, because you know I do what I do when I do it. Come on, babe. Come on. Oh, this shirt is cute. Come on now. And let me tell you something. Why you liking that girl photograph on Instagram? I told you about getting too friendly-handed on Instagram. Stop liking their pictures. Stop liking their pictures. Do you hear me?
Jealousy.
They don't need you to know you. Stop. Stop liking their pictures playing on my time. Come on, babe. Let's go. I'm hungry now. They waiting on us. I want me a rib sandwich with some little cheese. Boy, get from behind me. See, you long day at the drawer. Ooh, I love how you just... Ooh, Lord, babe. It's been a long day at the drawer. Ooh, I love how you just touch and caress me. Rub down there. Ooh, yes. Ooh, scratch around this belly. Get around that belly, boy. Fuck. Oh, yes, that feels wonderful. It feels magnificent. Ooh, Lord. Oh. Jeez. Oh, wait, baby. You had did something too rough right there. Slow down. Slow down, cowboy. Slow down, my boy. What's up? Lean with it. Rock with it. What? Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, don't be touching me there, baby, because I'm going to touch you up there and down there. Oh, Lord. Sometimes you... Oh, wrong song. Yeah, just touch me, baby. I'm too shy. I don't want to play with the Lord like that. Playing with his time. Oh, Lord mercy. Where you going? Come here. What you doing? 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 What you doing, babe? Paddle me. In the words of Janet Jackson, I need some discipline tonight. I've been very bad. Paddle me, boy. What is you doing? Don't be trying to grab it, because you playing with my time. See y'all later. Fuck.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay, we can, I guess. Gosh.
Candus! Oh, Candus! 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 Oh, Candus!
Watch this one. Someone, thank you for sending these to me. I'll get them. Watch this. Okay, and here's this one. Here's this one right here.
Candus!
Oops, wrong one. Wrong one. Wrong one. Sorry.
Candus! Oh, Candus! Candus! Candus!
Oh my God, these never get old.
They can shut their chicken tone, chicken bone, Google Chrome, no home flip phone, disown ice cream cone, garden gnome, student loan, full blown Indiana Jones, overgrown Flintstone, X and Y chromosome, Fred Zone, Sylvester Stallone, AutoZone, professionally seen silver Patron, head the fuck up, okay?
How you doing? Thank you all so much for joining me. Really, really do appreciate you. You guys are amazing. I done got my pearls out. Really do appreciate you guys very, very much. We will stay on it like we have the last 4.5 years. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about most likely the timeline about where everyone says they were that day and how long they were there what they did and all of that. And we're going to be digging in and doing it all. Thank you guys for 1,000 thumbs up. Really, really do appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. Amazing. Last night. Justin, did you get that? I'm trying to think. I don't know. Send it to me again if I didn't. Robin, good to see you, baby. Hope you're doing good. Appreciate you all. Good night, everyone, and God